From retro to next gen, we've got it all. I'm George, a Gen X grown-up, and this is Bit by Bit. All right, here's a bit from thegamer.com that's kind of scratching two itches for me. It's comic books based on video games. It's a really cool list. It only has 9 entries, but of course the OG starts off the list, Atari Force, from DC Comics 1982. They came in pre-packaged boxes, and I actually have one of my originals that I sent off to have graded. Didn't get a good grade because, as you can imagine, 1982, I didn't take great care of my comic books, but they came in games like Defender and Berserk and Phoenix Galaxy and so on and so forth. Really fun series. They did another full-sized comic book run a little bit later on, but that was not these original ones that came in the cartridge boxes, which was really cool. We got Duke Nukem from Glorious Bastard, IDW. They're a good publishing house. Might have to check that one out. Ooh, number 7. I think this ought to be a little bit higher up on the list. Life is Strange. This is a tremendous comic book series. I started picking it up right away in 2018 from Titan Comic Books. Follows Max and Chloe. A whole bunch of stuff goes crazy, but it's really good. It sets place in Arcadia Bay. Really good comic book series. Infamous, I don't know this game or this series. DC Comics 2011. Okay, might have to take that out. Genshin Impact, obviously Japanese anime kind of thing. I'm kind of surprised there's not more Japanese comic books on this list, but that seems to be the only one. Tomb Raider we've got here from Top Cow and Dark Horse. They had 2 different runs, which is interesting. So that means there's obviously a lot of interest, and we know the movies are out there. The video games have been very popular. Horizon Zero Dawn. Okay, Titan Comic Books, just a recent series, 2020, so that could be cool. Number 2, I think this maybe should be number 1, Last of Us American Dreams from Dark Horse in 2013. I think Last of Us is probably one of those games that we all recognize has the best storytelling of any video game in the last, 15 years or so. It's really solid. We know about the TV series that's been very popular, which is coming out with a season 2 soon. Kind of surprised that's not number 1. Especially when I see what is number 1. Sonic the Hedgehog? Okay, look. This is an Archie Comics line. I get that it's been out there forever. 1992 set a Guinness World Record for the longest running comic series based on a video game. They got at least 247 issues. Okay, I get all those accolades. Does that make it the best? I guess it's the most popular because it's been around the longest, but just kind of curious what you guys think. All right, here's a retro gaming bit from TechSpot.com. Apparently, Last Half of Darkness, which was an old DOS adventure game, is getting a new 3D release after all these years. What I find interesting about it and why I picked this article to go in is because it's all done by the original developer, and that's kind of unusual in my opinion these days. We get a lot of old stuff getting new releases, but it's usually by a different publishing company and they want to put their own spin on it. This is being done by William Fisher himself, who released the original game back in 1989. Gives a little bit of history on it. I guess he released the first half of the 2-part game for free, and then through shareware, when he got you interested, he asked for $20 for the second part, which apparently made him a fair amount of money. It's a smart business venture, if you ask me. Now he's giving away both of those 2-part original stuff as a free download over on his website. And the 35th anniversary edition is available right now over on Steam. I just checked it out. It's around $15. It's got some interesting elements. There's a cool little trailer here to watch. I might reach out to Mr. Fisher, see if we can't maybe get a key to do a little video on this on GenXGrownUp. What do you guys think? And here's another bit from our friends over at TimeExtension.com. There is a documentary that if you have some time to kill, you might want to check out, especially if you're a fan of the Sega Genesis or Mega Drive as it was known in Europe. It's one of the more popular consoles from the 16-bit era. And this documentary is no joke. It's 11 and a half hours. The guy calls it his director's cut. It's parts 1 and 2 combined. It's available free to watch over on YouTube. It's got a lot of detail in it. It covers over 650 games, as the article mentions. I've watched the first like 5 or 10 minutes of it. It's actually pretty well produced. It's a good, solid documentary. I don't know if I have 11 and a half hours to dedicate to it, but it might be something that you want to watch in spurts whenever you have some time. All right, here's another rankings bit from CBR.com, the 10 best games of the 90s, ranked. So let's find out. Okay, they are giving us some rankings, so you guys know that's a pet peeve of mine when we just get a list. Number 10, Star Wars Jedi Knight, Dark Forces 2, solid choice. Age of Empires 2. Now, my wife loved the Age of Empires series. She played them religiously, and I know this was a game she really enjoyed playing. Duke Nukem 3D, solid entry. Monkey Island 2, LeChuck's Revenge. Okay. All right, CBR, you got some nice choices on here. StarCraft. Yeah, good, solid choice. Fallout. Okay. Great TV series that just came out about a year ago, I guess. Really nice game, obviously, and a great series. Thief. Okay. Another great entry on the list. Boy, so far I can't really complain too much. Diablo. Solid choice. Ooh, Half-Life at number 2. If Half-Life is number 2, what's number 1? Let's see what we got down here. Okay, yeah. Solid choice, Doom, number 1, one of the most influential games of all time. You guys know I love my Doom bits, and here's another one to add to that list. Wow. Yeah, this is a good, solid list from, of all places, a comic book predominant website, but yeah, I mean, this is a list that I'm pretty happy with. How about you? All right, here's a quick bit from techradar.com. Whenever you need a break, head over to Google search, type in the words block breaker, hit enter, and you'll get presented with this very cool breakout style game. It is a lot of fun. I've been playing it like crazy. I talked about it on the GenXGrownUp podcast recently. It really is fun and a bit challenging. I've had some good times with this, trying to get some high scores, which it will remember and save, which is awesome. I'm sure the people who hate how the cookies and tracking stuff won't like that, but it's really cool. There's power-ups in this game that make it a lot of fun. Some give you an extra ball. Other ones make the ball slow down as it gets closer to your paddle. Other ones give you multiple paddles. It's a lot of stuff in this. Some games are big TNT explosions that blow up the whole board. Anyway, go check it out. Over to Google, type into the search bar Block Breaker, and you will get to have a lot of fun. Trust me. All right, here's a bit for all you Famicom enthusiasts out there. Somebody recently listed a nearly complete set of Famicom cartridges and everything that goes with the system. You can see some of the pictures here in the article. I didn't realize just how many games were originally released for the Famicom. They give you the number here, 1,053, and this person is listing 1,052 of the titles. It's coming out to around 450,000 yen, $2,880. I think the thing just sold, and it was sold over on the Japanese version of Macari just a couple of days ago, so you can click this link here to go take a look and see what it was sold for, but it was around the $22,000 mark, I think, that it sold for, and I'm just curious, would anybody out there who's watching these videos be able to afford $22,000 for a video game system library? I don't think I can. That's going to do it for the news making headlines in the gaming world right now. I am George, and if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button, and I'll keep on bringing you the news bit by bit.